Can true love really bridge the gap between two completely different worlds? Today, we're diving into a story that feels like it's straight out of a modern fairy tale, proving that when it comes to the heart, things like wealth and status simply fade away. This is the incredible love story of a billionaire and a humble teacher. Imagine this. One person lives in a world of private jets, high-stakes board meetings, and a life where anything is possible with the swipe of a credit card. The other lives in a world of lesson plans, scraped knees on the playground, and the simple, profound joy of seeing a child's eyes light up when they finally understand a new concept. On the surface, they couldn't be more different. Our billionaire, let's call him Alex, had everything he could ever want, yet he felt a deep sense of emptiness. His days were a whirlwind of numbers, deals, and superficial connections. He was surrounded by people who wanted something from him, but he longed for something genuine, something real. He had built an empire, but his heart felt like an empty mansion. He often wondered if anyone would ever see him for who he was, beyond the billion-dollar fortune that defined his existence. Then there's Sarah, a dedicated elementary school teacher. Her wealth wasn't measured in dollars, but in the smiles of her students and the small breakthroughs they made each day. She found fulfillment in nurturing young minds and creating a safe and inspiring space for kids to grow. Her world was rich with laughter, creativity, and the kind of human connection that money can't buy. She was content, passionate about her work, and believed in the power of kindness and education. So, how did these two worlds collide? It wasn't at a glamorous gala or a high society event. It was at a local community fundraiser for school supplies, an event that Alex's company was sponsoring as part of their corporate responsibility program. He was there for a quick photo op, a handshake, and then back to his scheduled life. He expected a boring, routine evening. He never expected to meet her. He saw her from across the room, completely engrossed in a conversation with a small child. Her face animated with warmth and patience. There was a light about her, an authenticity that instantly cut through the noise of his life. Intrigued, Alex walked over, not as the CEO, but just as a man curious to know more. Their first conversation wasn't about business or portfolios. It was about the best way to teach fractions and the importance of encouraging a child's imagination. For the first time in a long time, Alex felt seen. Sarah wasn't impressed by his name or his company. In fact, she initially had no idea who he was. She was interested in his thoughts, his ideas, and the way he listened. She challenged him, made him laugh, and treated him like a normal person. To her, he wasn't a billionaire. He was just Alex, a surprisingly down-to-earth guy who seemed a little lost. Their first date wasn't at a five-star restaurant with a month-long waiting list. It was a walk in the park, followed by coffee at a small, unassuming cafe. Sarah talked about her students with such passion, and Alex found himself mesmerized. He shared stories from his own childhood, things he hadn't spoken about in years. In her presence, the weight of his empire seemed to lift. He could just be himself. Of course, their journey wasn't without its challenges. The glaring spotlight of the media was one of the biggest hurdles. When their relationship went public, the headlines were relentless. Billionaire's shocking romance with school teacher. Is she just after his money? The world, it seemed, was skeptical. People from Alex's circle couldn't understand what he saw in someone so ordinary. They whispered behind their hands, questioning her motives and predicting the relationship's swift demise. Sarah, who valued her privacy, was suddenly thrust into a world she never asked for. Paparazzi followed her to school, and every aspect of her simple life was scrutinized. It was overwhelming and at times deeply hurtful. There were moments when she doubted if she could handle the pressure, if their two worlds were simply too different to ever truly merge. But Alex stood by her, a fierce protector of her and their relationship. He showed her that his world didn't have to consume hers. He started spending more time in her world, volunteering at her school, helping with reading groups, and even attending parent-teacher nights. He saw the incredible value in what she did, a value that far surpassed any financial figure. He realized that she wasn't just a teacher. She was shaping the future, one child at a time. Her work had a purpose that his often lacked. And in turn, Sarah helped Alex reconnect with his own purpose. She encouraged him to use his immense resources for good, not just for profit. Inspired by her, he launched a foundation dedicated to improving education in underserved communities, building new schools, and providing scholarships. He discovered a new kind of fulfillment, one that came from giving back, from making a tangible difference in people's lives. Sarah didn't want his money. She wanted his heart. And in the process, she made him a better man. Their love story became a powerful testament against prejudice and stereotypes. They showed everyone that a person's worth is not defined by their bank account or their job title. It's defined by their character, their kindness, and their capacity to love. Their bond was built on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine admiration for who the other person was at their core. Alex loved Sarah's passion, her integrity, and the way she saw the good in everyone. Sarah loved Alex's brilliant mind, his hidden vulnerability, and his surprising sense of humor. He brought her stability and showed her a world of possibilities she never dreamed of. She brought him grounding, purpose, and the unconditional love he had always craved. They didn't fall in love despite their differences. They fell in love because of them. Each of them had what the other was missing, creating a perfect, beautiful balance. Their wedding wasn't a massive, ostentatious affair. It was an intimate ceremony, surrounded by close friends, family, and a special class of Sarah's students who served as the most adorable ring bearers and flower girls. It was a celebration not of wealth, but of love in its purest form. So, what can we learn from this incredible story? We learn that love doesn't follow rules. It doesn't care about social ladders or financial brackets. True connection happens soul to soul. It reminds us to look beyond the surface to see the person behind the label, whether that label is billionaire or teacher. It teaches us that the richest life is one filled with love, purpose, and genuine connection. Their story is a beautiful reminder that the greatest treasures we can find in life aren't things, but people. It proves that love truly is the one force capable of transcending any and all barriers. What do you think? Do you believe love can conquer such vast differences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you in the next video.